Well, good morning. Good morning, graduates. And I think I have a few more minutes before it's afternoon. So, but good morning, parents, family, friends, staff, and faculty. Good morning, Dr. McDonald, and to the Board of Trustees. And on behalf of Lynn and I, we want to thank all of you for allowing us to share our story today. So thank you. Lynn and I have three amazing children, Brittany, Bernie, and Richie, and they grew up in Rutland, which is about 25 minutes from here. Like Marilyn said, Richie and Bernie attended Eagle Hill School, and in 2009, Bernie was a senior here getting ready for applying to colleges, and Richie was a freshman. Our daughter Brittany was a sophomore at Lynn University, and I hear some of you are going to Lynn University soon, so go Knights, which we're excited about. And that following December, Brittany, Bernie, and Richie came home for winter break, and I loved having them all home together. We celebrated Christmas, New Year's, and Britt's birthday, which she was convinced was a national holiday, but sadly to her disappointment, it wasn't. And before you knew it, it was time to come back. Bernie and Richie were going to head back here to Eagle Hill, and Brittany was heading back to Florida. We were excited for Brittany because when she went back, she was going to be going on a mission trip to Haiti with Lynn University and Food for the Poor. Britt was just a regular kid. She loved hanging out with her friends. She had this beautiful smile that lit up the room when she walked in. She had this energy about her that people wanted to be around her. And just to keep it real, she wasn't perfect. You can just ask her brothers. And many of the Eagle Hill community sadly know the story that I'm going to share, and I'm sharing it for those of you that don't know it. One day, Brittany and her best friend wanted a culotta from Dunkin' Donuts. They had to have a culotta from Dunkin' Donuts. And there was one in the center of town. They easily could have walked to it, but they decided they were going to borrow the car and just go grab a culotta. Really not a big deal. Well, it wouldn't have been a big deal if Brittany was 16 and a half, if she had her license, because that's the law in Massachusetts, except for she was 15. And I like to say borrow the car because I think stealing is really way too harsh. I wish I could say that that was one of the only not-so-proud moment I had, but unfortunately it's not. However, with those few indiscretions, Brittany had a huge heart. She couldn't stand bullies, and she hated when people were mean. She was always the first to defend her friends and family, and she really was a voice for those that didn't have one. Britt had gone to Lynn University as a communications major with a minor in social work. So the opportunity to go to Haiti was amazing. There were going to be 12 students and 2 professors on this trip called the Journey of Hope. They arrived in Port-au-Prince, Haiti on Monday, January 11th, and on that Monday and Tuesday, they had the opportunity to go and help at an all-girls orphanage, to go and help at a handicap orphanage. They did feeding programs in Haiti, and then they went to Cité Soleil, which is one of the most dangerous areas in Haiti. I was lucky enough to speak to Brittany on the phone, and I could hear it in her voice. Something had changed. Something had touched her deeply. She had fallen in love with the country of Haiti, especially the people and especially the children. However, the poverty was overwhelming. Britt seeing malnutrition, no infrastructure, no access to clean water, and it just broke her heart. On Tuesday, January 12th, Brittany sent me a text message that said, "They love us so much and everyone is so happy. They love what they have and they work so hard to get nowhere, yet they're all so appreciative. I want to move here and start an orphanage myself." 3 hours after I received that text message, Haiti had a 7.0 earthquake. It had made national news, actually international news. I had just come home and my phone was ringing off the hook. Family and friends asking, "Did you hear about the earthquake? How's Britt?" And I had just spoken to Brittany in less than an hour ago, so I knew she was okay. But I said, you know what, I'm just going to call her and make sure that she's okay. So I tried calling, and it went right to her voicemail. And I tried a few more times. And then I said, of course it's going right to voicemail. Haiti just had an earthquake. The communication system is down. After a little while, some panic started setting in. Bernie was already home from Eagle Hill, but Richie was here on campus. We wanted to get Richie home so that he didn't hear it from friends or on the news. So we knew that we needed to get him home. We called her advisor, Mrs. Hubax, and explained what was going on. We needed to get Richie home. And of course, any of you that know Mrs. Hubax said, "Not a problem, I'll bring him home." She was just so kind. In the meantime, Dr. McDonald was on his way to a meeting in Boston. heard what was going on, and instead of going straight to his meeting, came to our home. Dr. McDonald was the first person that walked through our doors at our house. I will never forget him walking through that door. He looked at Len and I and said, "Are you okay? Are the boys okay? What can I do?" For the next few days, we waited with family and friends at our house. National and local media was right outside our doors. We hadn't heard from Britt. We didn't know what happened to her. Then on Thursday, we received a phone call that they had the group, they had found him, that they were coming back to Florida that night. We were so excited. The house erupted, and we were celebrating, high-fiving, and crying with tears. Len, Bernie, Richie, and myself jumped on the first plane out of Boston and headed to Florida. When we arrived on campus, we went to the main building and couldn't wait to get Brittany in our arms. However, the president and other faculty came to greet us. They brought us into a room, sat us down and said, "We're sorry. We have bad intelligence. We don't have Brittany." I couldn't breathe. For the next 33 days, along with 5 other families that Christine, Courtney, Stephanie, Dr. Bruno, and Dr. Hardwick were also not back. We all worked together. We did everything we possibly could to try to get to them and to get them home. And then on the 33rd day, which was Valentine's Day, we received a phone call from the State Department saying they had recovered Brittany's body, and in fact, she was one of the 300,000 people that were killed during the Haiti earthquake. Not one day goes by that I don't miss my Brittany, and actually not even an hour that goes by that I don't miss her. But we are so grateful for that text message. That text was her last wish, and as a family, we decided to make her last wish come true. Thanks to thousands and thousands of people from all over the world, including the Eagle Hill family, we have been able to make that last wish come true. We built an orphanage, which we call Britt's Home, shaped in the letter B for Britt. It's 19,000 square feet because Brittany was 19 when she passed away. We built it with the same seismic standards as San Francisco because if there was ever another earthquake, we never wanted anyone else to go through what we had gone through. We knew that we were going to build it with the same, with U.S. standards. So the blocks that we build, we needed to use U.S. standards, and we built our own block factory. Being sustainable is important to us, so we have solar panels, a nanotechnology water filtration system, and about an acre of fruits and vegetables that we grow on site. I actually refer to this as a big snack drawer for the kids. Len spent 2 years in Haiti building Britt's Home. He knew that we were part of a community in Grand Guave, and that there were not many jobs, if any. In Haiti, there's no welfare system, so if you don't have a job, you don't make money. And if you don't have money, you can't buy food. And in fact, you can't even send your children to school because you don't have the right to go to school unless you can pay. Hundreds of people would show up trying to get a job. Len would hire 125 people from the community each week, and each week he rotated so that he would be able to give different people an opportunity to make some money, just to feed their families or possibly even send them to school. As Len was building Britt's Home, people would show up every day trying to give him their children. And I always say it's not because they didn't love them, because they did. They knew Britt's Home was going to provide the basics: food, water, shelter, and education. When Len was in Haiti, I was back here working with our program committee, deciding who was going to live at Britt's Home. We needed to come up with guidelines. There were lots of meetings and lots of really big decisions. We were going to change the lives of children, and hopefully for the better. We used the United Nations Rights of a Child as our guideline, and we decided that we would take children in between the ages of 3 and 8 years old, but if they had brothers or sisters, we would bring them in as well because we didn't want to break up a family. And we decided that we'd have 33 girls and 33 boys representing the 33 days that Brittany was missing in the rubble. We brought in our first child, Shasha, on what would have been Brittany's 23rd birthday. Now that Britt's Home was built, we were bringing the children in. People wanted to come to Haiti. They wanted to help the people of Haiti, family and friends. They wanted to see what Brittany saw. So we started our own missionary trips. And of course, we call them Brissionary trips, all about Brittany. So these past 12 years, we've had over 1,800 Brissionaries, Dr. McDonald being one of them. Missionaries would bring in a 50-pound bag of donated supplies like peanut butter, tuna fish, soap, deodorant, and they would come to help and build a home for a family in need. The families that we built these homes for lived under tarps. They had holes in their roofs. They had dirt on the floor. And when I say it's a home, it really is the size of a shed, a 16 by 20. It was built with hurricane bracing, a tin roof, and has a concrete floor. So when it rains, the rain goes around the home and not through it. We'd build a bed, give food, and give supplies. To date, we've built over 150 homes in our community. Their new home is shelter, it's a sense of security, and it's life-changing. Unfortunately, due to COVID and now the political unrest, the missionary program has been on hold. We're unable to bring supplies in, and we're unable to build homes for those that need it the most. For us, this is just heartbreaking for many reasons. Though Haiti is extremely challenging, the resilience of the people is both humbling and inspiring. No matter how hard it is, our family is committed to Haiti for the rest of our lives. Both Lynn and I spend all of our time running Be Like Brit here in the States and in Haiti. Our son Richie will go around speaking about Be Like Brit, and our son Bernie spends most of his time in Haiti, helping to oversee the operations. He also handles all of our technology, the website, and has even created some computer technology classes for our children. When our children started to come to Be Like Brit, they started attending the local schools. And remember, in Haiti, you have to pay to go to school. So for many of our children, this was the first time they attended school or went on a regular basis. As the academic years went on, our children were struggling in school, really struggling. We suspect they learned differently. There's no diagnosing ADD or ADHD, central auditory processing disorder. There's no 504 plans or IEPs. Having a little experience in this area, we made the decision to start Brit's Academy. The children that began at Brit's Academy had individual learning plans, teachers that were able to teach to their needs. Sound familiar? The following year, we decided to expand Brit's Academy through grade 6. This was one of the best decisions we made for our children. They were going to receive a first-world education in a third-world country. Always being respectful of the Haitian culture, in addition to regular classes like math, French, science, history, our children were going to have music, art, technology. They were going to learn English as a second language. We want them to learn English so that they will be able to compete on a global scale when they go looking for jobs. They will be able to have jobs in Haiti, make US dollars, and then help Haiti from within. With the success of Brit's Academy, we had hoped someday to expand through the high school years. Be careful of what you wish for. When COVID hit, Haiti went into shutdown, which meant the children that went to school outside of Brit's home were not able to go to school. So if anything positive came out of COVID, is that we did expand, and now all of our children are attending Brit's Academy. Our goal at Be Like Brit is to raise the next generation of leaders in Haiti. We are always looking towards the future for our children, wanting to give them as many opportunities as we can. This year, thanks to a generous donor, we purchased land in Delray Beach, Florida. We were building a home where some of our children who want to come for an internship or possibly even go to college will be able to stay. It's not for a place for them to live permanently. It's kind of like a study abroad program. Nothing of what we have been able to accomplish, have we done alone. People are good. They have helped us and continue to help us on this journey. We wouldn't have believed you if you had told us 12 years ago that I'd have to live every single day without my daughter, that we would build an orphanage in a third world country, and that it would be some of the most challenging work you'll ever do, and there are days that you'll feel like quitting. And I'm sure, like you graduates here, you wouldn't have believed it if people told you when you were in kindergarten that you're going to work harder than anyone your age. You'll have extremely challenging days, and there are days that you're going to feel like quitting. You didn't quit. We didn't quit. However, none of us have done this alone. We had our family, like the Eagle Hill family, friends and total strangers that have helped us on this path, many that we don't even know. They have made a difference in our lives, something that we are eternally grateful for. They were kind people that showed up for us. just like Dr. McDonald showed up for us that very first day, and he showed up for every single one of you your very first day. He and the Eagle Hill community are still with us at Be Like Brit, and they will always be here for you too. I wish I could tell you that you won't have any challenges after today, but I can't. What I can tell you is that one person can make a difference in this world. People are good and kind, and people do show up. So as you move on from Eagle Hill, make a difference in this world, be kind and good, and show up. You can be like Brit, you can be like Dr. McDonald, or you can be like you. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 22.